At 8 o'clock every Tuesday morning, it's training time for the women's parliamentary football team.
Forwards, back, sprint.
A cross-party group of MPs and a welcome tonic from the bitterness of the Brexit debate. Jo Tanner set up the team last year and she's been surprised by its success. They've been overwhelmed with teams wanting to compete and have even attracted a sponsor.
We've created something really special in 18 months. We had our first game at conference this year and we've created a fantastic group who would not normally socialise together, not normally spend time together, and we have been having the best fun. I just thought we were going to have a kickabout now and again. And what's turned into this great experience every Tuesday morning, we have the Chelsea Football Club's Foundation come down and train us. We actually have something that's got a bit of purpose to it. For me, it's a massive deal. I mean, I can't believe, as someone who was never sporty and spent many years being, on the wrong side of the scales rather than the right side, I've spent my life on the sidelines and suddenly there I am running around with a ball, which I never expected to be doing at the age of 42.
Oh, yes.
How are you?
The team is already inspiring the next generation. 10-year-old Elle Hazelton wrote to the team asking if she could come along to a training session.
What made you want to do this? Why did you want to come and see us?
I heard that there was an MPT and I decided.
Oh, look, she's written about why did she write to us? She wants to prove a point that women are just as important as men.
More important.
With training out of the way, I caught up with some of the team members.
It's quite interesting. You kind of think of the two opposite sides as rivals, don't you? But so you had a little bit of cross-party work from the beginning to try and play football together.
To be honest, we always got on. We're just women that really get on, want to have a good time, love sport and love the game. So actually, I would say that Tracy and I worked incredibly well together while she was Minister and I was Shadow Minister anyway. I'm still Shadow Minister and I miss her greatly. But I think the ethos of the team is about bringing women together regardless of which political party they're from.
We famously were supposed to play our first match and then couldn't because of votes on Brexit. So we wore our strips in and then had a picture in the chamber and then we had a little kickabout and that was quite controversial.
Yes,
so I had a kickabout.
Are you the rebellious one then? Who?
I think it would be fair to say, there's a fair amount of rebellion across the team. But yes, I got into a little bit of trouble. But what was really interesting about that, and it wasn't about disrespect, it was about showing the chamber in a different light because it's always so stuffy and adversarial. This was something that was fun.
The cross-party thing I find really intriguing actually, because sometimes when it comes to Brexit and other really divisive issues at the minute, it feels like there isn't very much cross-party work necessarily happening, that both sides are really entrenched in their positions. I mean, is this a bit of a tonic, do you think, perhaps?
Quite often there are already cross-party relationships that are formed on particular issues. The thing about the relationship that we have is not just about football, it's not just about politics, it's a lot more that goes into it. I think we've actually developed quite a good friendship. Hannah put something up on Twitter on World Mental Health Day, which was very honest about her mental well-being and put it on the WhatsApp group, and actually the whole group sort of kind of, not just came behind Hannah and supported Hannah, but actually were talking about their own experiences.
Mental health, yeah.
So I think it's something that it's become really quite deep, beyond football, beyond politics, and I think it's really special.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've said publicly a number of times, I'm a sufferer of anxiety, and I certainly have found before summer recess, and I said that in my little video I did, it was something that I was really struggling with, and I've been fortunate to get support from friends, from colleagues from the football team, and when I put that up, I mean the response, I was really taken aback, and yet it did sort of trigger lots of people talking about their own experiences or friends and family.
And I know that on a Tuesday morning, yes, we laugh and we sweat and we hug a lot and we have a really good time, but it's that feeling that you're not alone. And actually, you share some of the things that you've found the darkest moments. I mean, I got trolled really badly the other night, and I didn't even put it on the group. And Tracy noticed it.
On social media, is it?
Yeah, on social media, I had someone say something really, really horrible on Twitter that was extremely sexist. And in fact, Tracy raised it on the group, and everyone came in behind me in support. And I'm sitting on the tube, reading this message, knowing that my cross-party colleagues were all feeling for me, and going into bat for me, and it actually made me feel quite tearful. I don't think I told you that.
Do you think people really understand what it must feel like, to be quite alone, like you were saying, and just hear some of the abuse that's directed towards you?
I think it's hard to explain to people what that feels like, and it also I think sometimes we're scared to say it because people don't have an awful lot of sympathy for politicians. They see us as the people who've created the mess, etc., etc. And you know, rightly or wrongly, we're in a position of power and influence and responsibility.
I also think as well, when women talk about sport, you do often get trolled, you know, with the sort of kind of get back into the kitchen. You know, what do you know?
When you talk about football.
I get it a lot.
As sports minister, I kept a letter that was sent to me, which was anonymous, so they weren't brave enough to write their name, which basically said things that women know about, cooking, cleaning and making babies, things that women do not know about, football.
I'd like to see you go up against this person on the
Yeah,
football
you know, I'm
field.
a qualified manager and coach, and you know, and I've spent my entire sort of kind of adult life involved in grassroots football and played football since I was, you know, a kid. And I'm sitting there thinking, seriously, I could do more keepy uppies than you, mate.
That sort of stuff, you can really take on the chin and laugh at it. In a kind of a dark way. You have to kind of get used to it because that's the world we live in. I think the thing that's really changed now and that makes my blood run cold is when you think about your family. I live in my constituency with my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old, and I fear for them. I lose sleep over thinking, what if this person who said this thing to me actually follows through with it? How can I make sure that no one knows where I live? What alarms can I buy for my mum to walk with when she picks kids up from school? These are the conversations that I never thought I'd have to have with myself in just wanting to stand up for my community.
When you were worrying about your constituents, when you're worrying about politics, when you're worrying about the future of the country, actually this is an hour a week where you can just, you know, leave that and you can just play football, and you can worry about whether or not you're going to score or, you know, not trip over the ball or, you know, and it's just...
Break someone's toe.
Yeah, break someone's toe, Rosanna.
Did that happen?
By accident.
Rosanna
Whose
has
toe did you break?
broken an excellent member of the team's toe, and actually a new beginner as well.
No, shush, no I haven't.
Yeah, she was.
She's been on it a while.
She never played football before.
Did she play football again?
Was it her first time?
She will. I mean, I have to say, of all the injuries that you can hobble around with, a football injury is by far the coolest.
It's definitely cool. I mean, it's definitely better than others.
You've upped your street cred by breaking her toe.
Terrible.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
covering this. Thank you.
Great.